Lakeview Lodge is a superb place to stay overlooking Devil's Lake. Condominium-style units feature large kitchens, comfortable rooms. Find them on the web at lakeviewlodgedl.com or give them a call, 701-665-5060.
Yeah, about the same.
Net?
I'll just lift them right in here.
Okay. Just basically a double.
Yeah. They're starting to smack these jigs in a little deeper. It's using a half a crawler, not much on it.
A slow presentation.
Yep.
On many lakes, there are always some walleyes that will relate to weeds all summer long. As these weeds reach the surface, a lot of times we're finding these fish in openings or lanes. And a lot of these openings and lanes are caused by a harder bottom, either rock or gravel, a bottom that's too hard for these weeds to grow. Find these openings and lanes and save these spots on a GPS, and generally we find most of the fish relating to the weed edges. If there's something that can disrupt this pattern, a strong wind, if there's enough wind to really move the weeds or dislodge them where there's a lot of weeds floating around, walleyes in particular don't seem to like things bumping into them or touching them. So a lot of times, strong wind actually seems to push walleyes above the weeds or inside or outside of the edge, away from the commotion. Another thing to consider is that walleyes seem to like to cruise, and so they need room either above the weeds or next to the weeds in these open lanes where they can roam. We rarely find these fish just sitting in one spot ambushing. Most of them are cruising and roaming through these spots.
There we go.
What do you enjoy most about running a resort?
The people, your clientele. They become your family, and that's hands down. It's not about money, it's about the people. And like when you were there the other day in fish cleaning, you met Scott. He'd been there 35 times since we've been open, from Ames, Iowa. He'll be back in a couple weeks again. He and his wife.
Where do the people come from?
Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Kansas, mostly south and east. Chicago area, Illinois, Indiana. I guess one of the areas that's picked up for us mostly the last 3 years would be that Iowa area. That's really, I think Devil's Lake's really been discovered by Iowa lately. At least that's what we're finding in our business, and we are thankful for that.
Well, we have a long history in the sense that we've been handling the guide service out of Lakeview Lodge for how many years?
Well, I suppose we've been open 10. You and I have been hooked up for what, 7 at least?
7, yeah.
Or 8? Yeah.
And I don't know how many groups of people we've ran out of there over the years. I mean, several hundred groups of people, and all that time I can't ever remember one complaint. You know, people always like the lodging. I mean, way more than what you'd ever expect when you go fishing someplace. I mean, it's nowhere, you can't say you're roughing it at Lakeview Lodge. Pretty nice place. I mean, it's like a condominium. I mean, you have, you know, multiple rooms, multiple beds.
That's what we have them patterned after is like timeshares. Only we have many more dishes than a timeshare would have, but it's kind of the same principle.
But yeah, you have a nice kitchen to cook in, and you know, one thing I always heard over and over too from the people staying there is just how much they enjoyed you and your wife Maria. You know, as far as just the hospitality, and people always felt like they were welcome there, and that made a big difference. I don't know about
Maria, but they like me pretty good.
She might be watching this.
I'm just kidding. Man, they're nice. Can't believe it. Crunch, crunch. Doesn't get much better than that. Ooh. Ooh.
Scrappy.
Is that it?
Yeah.
A little nicer one.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Boy, that thing just jumped all over it. I'll just try
nice
to
wall.
in.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty.
Go get bigger. Boy, we could have had one heck of a fish fry tonight, you know that?
Oh, yeah.
All perfect size.
Yeah, perfect eating size. Yeah. No, and I tell you what, John, it's been a pleasure working with you as a guide out of your place for many years, and really easy to look people in the eye and recommend the place, because I know you won't be disappointed. Find out more about Lakeview Lodge and fishing Devil's Lake in general. Go to the websites at the bottom of the screen.
For your free information packet on fishing Devil's Lake, go to the Devil's Lake Tourism website, devilslakend.com. Another great resource is the North Dakota Tourism website, rulegendary.com.